Well, there we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening to episode 23 of the DMC live chat with a reconstructed team. We've had to reach to the bottom of the barrel, get Mr. James out and drag him to the screen. We're down we're down two men. Lazzy's had to go taxi driving, and Luke's not very well under the bonnet, so there's just the OG, as we like to say. Myself, Paul, JMO from Pimp My Diecast, and of course the Governor Martin Dare from Martin Dare's Dinky Restoration. Good evening, boys. How are we doing?
All right.
In the chat, we've got Mr. Ian Ollie. Good evening, Ian. Evening, guys. Hope you're all doing okay this cold and frosty Saturday night. Starting to feel a little better today, so hopefully turned a corner in the right direction. Good stuff. Our best wishes to you, your mum, and of course to Brian, who's not very well as well. We've also got Kev from Kev's Banger Racers. Good evening, Kev. And John Atwell, who joined us last night in the tavern. Good evening, John. How you doing, mate? Good to see you.
Evening, John. Evening, Ian. Evening, Kev.
Anybody else is out there, give us a shout. Let us know you're there, and we'll give you a shout out and say
good evening, all.
Good evening, all. So we'll start off with a bit of admin. We've got coming up in the next 5 days our first challenge of the year, which is any European vehicle. We've had quite a few entries for that, so that's looking as though it's going to be a good one.
A lot of escorts in there.
Yeah, a lot of controversial European vehicles, let's put it that way. That was up for debate last night. Depending on what version, never mind. I'm not going to go into the Mark 1, Mark 2 escort argument all over again. It's a debate not worth going through. So let's bring up a bit of admin first. Thank you to all of those in December that donated. This is just a splash screen. This is just an advert of previous benefactors. So this is what it shows like when we put people's names on the end of the monthly video. So thank you to all those who were benefactors. It's coming around again in 3 or 4 days. If you want to be a benefactor, basically it's a donation to the DMC from between £2 and £5, although some have paid more, and we're grateful for that. And it goes towards our licensing costs for this software that we use on a fortnightly basis. And there is a link there, paypal.me/DMC admin. And you could donate as you see fit. And then we'll add your name as a benefactor to each of the monthly videos at the end of the video, the end of the gallery. So that's that. We've decided that we're going to do a little bit. We were playing about with the menu of what we're going to talk about. So rather than keep dipping in and dipping out of topics and putting up splash screens, we'll just go with number one. So number one is what's on the bench. I'm going to go with JMO first because he actually had something, which is a benefit.
Yeah.
Which was train.
Yeah, this week I've done. It was a Pico wonderful wagon kit, which, hang on, I've got a unmade one up here somewhere. Like, they came like that, old 60s, 70s wagon kit.
I think we must have mirrored.
It was basically a die-cast body, a nylon under chassis, steel W irons for axles, and you assembled it all and painted bits, and I've added a load and stuff. And basically what you end up with is basic railway wagon like it. They made the thing where they had a die-cast body with nothing on it, and they give a what do you call it? A pressed out, embossed. That's the word I'm looking for. An embossed printed sheet with all the detail and the owner's name on. And basically, assemble it all glued together, and you end up with kit. I get. Well,
Ooh.
you did do. You did do. Hang on.
Gone straight to the repair shop already.
All live chapters.
I've not managed great kit, but what it is, you ended up with a kit and it was cheaper.
Yeah.
And it was something to do in winter months on your railway. Like that one, I get a lot of stuff in my local Steam Preservation Society.
Right.
And that cost me £3, which nowadays, if you're buying an Hornby wagon like that, you're looking at about 30 to 50 quid now.
Wow.
They've gone silly.
Okay.
They've gone stupid now for new stuff.
Yeah.
So £3 from my Preservation Society.
Nothing in the overall scheme of things, is it?
It
Mate?
gave me something to do the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I
And
mean,
I've
that
got
alone
an-
is.
got an extra wagon for railway.
Yeah, that alone is worth value. Is if you've got something, if it's passing your time, isn't it? You know.
Well, yeah, I've always been a modeller. I don't like a lot of what they term railway modelers today. They just buy it straight out. They even do the weathering for them, and they just buy it straight out of the box.
Yeah.
And straight onto the layout. And I don't like that ethos. I like to have something I can say, I did that, or
Yeah.
but you buy stuff now in its factory when it's good for people that can't do it. But if I'm modelling, I want to be modelling. I want to build them and weather them and stuff, and say I did that, and not just I bought that from a shop.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And not only that, it worked from my Preservation Society with £3 instead of 30 quid. So it's 10 times cheaper.
Yeah.
No brainer. No brainer, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for that, then, mate. Martin, what you been up to this week?
Well, I've been working on the European Challenge, where it's essentially finished, but I wasn't happy with the fitment on the bonnet. It wasn't sitting right, and I wasn't happy with it. So I had a route around, and I found a scrap one which had no roof. It's a Corgi Toys 1500 Carmen gear, the second version, not the first version. But yeah, it's one with the tire pushes up the bonnet at the front. And I wasn't happy with the bonnet sitting right. It was dipping on in one back corner. So I found another one. So I'm going to paint that tomorrow. Apart from that, it's all done. It's all painted. It's all detailed. And it's done in a Seville orange, which is like a reddy orange. And I painted the interior black, added the details to it. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm also working on the Corgi Major Curio Acosta, which is the racing transporter. I've done the initial introduction to it, and it's one I've been requested to do by several people, because it's one of those that there's not been one on YouTube as such at the minute. You'll probably find some bugger will upload one tomorrow now. Yeah. And then that should be going on a week Wednesday. It's essentially people were having problems with the spring. They were losing the spring, and they weren't sure how it went back together once the spring had gone out. I've had a look at it. Because I've got two. I've stripped one down, and the spring is a bit of a problem, but it's not that much of a problem if you know carefully. So I'm going to explain how to do that. So it'd be more of an explanation how to strip it down and put it back together. I'm going to keep it original as factory. Because the second one I'm going to do the second one as a Code 3, as they say. I'm going to do it as a Jaguar transporter. Going to super detail it, but what I'm going to do for week Wednesday is going to be solely original. So, well, we won't be original because I'll be opened it, but it will be based on the original. And I do believe Corgi are actually at the moment in the design stage of redoing that as a remake for their new Corey collection. So
they're very much ahead
so
of the game on that, Martin. I think
it might be.
I think sorry, Martin.
Yeah, you'll probably find then. Hopefully, it'll bring the prices down as the originals anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty
at the moment they're quite expensive. They're expensive. So, apart from that, I've got the donation purchases at the end of the month to do, and looking into sorting out what I could do for February, which is I'm a member of this. I do join in the small scale group build, which is hosted by a scale modeler. So that'll be one for February. I usually try and do that every year. It's got to be 120. Anything under 125th scale.
Is that the
so
kind,
I'm going to do.
Sorry, is that the kind of thing that you would do on like the coaster that you used to do?
Yeah, it's 125th. I've done a couple of Jaguars, and I did the can't remember what it was now. Foreign thing. I've done it for about 3 years now, 3 or 4 years. I'm going to do a small army vehicle. I've got a 176 and 172nd army vehicle. I should do that this time around instead of a car. But yeah, anything which is under, it can't be a tank or an airplane. It's got to be a vehicle of some sort, a wheeled vehicle. Anything under 124. So,
Right.
Yeah, so get ready to look at that. And apart from that, not a lot else.
Stuff. So quick dip into the chat. Ian, I'll send you a check when I can get out. PJ, thank you kindly, Ian. As of my mate, you get yourself well first. That's the most important thing. Jerry's just joined us as well. Good evening, Jerry. Good to see you back again, mate.
Evening.
The irregular,
Jerry.
regulars are regularly turning up. So good to see everybody again. Happy New Year, by the way, to everybody in the chat that if we haven't spoken to you already over the last few days.
Happy New Year's.
New Year's, yeah. Wish. What am I doing? Right. We went to Stafford. I don't think we've been live this year, have we, since Stafford? So, no, I don't think so. Anyway, we did the day. It might have been the day after. Anyway, I got a couple of Spectrum Patrol cars, which this one in particular was absolutely caked in mud. So I've had to basically strip it all out and get all the crud from around the engine. I mean, it's never going to be as good as it was, but surprisingly, they come up quite well when they're done. So I've already got a red one, a black one. I'm going to do another red one, and I'm going to do one in Atlantic blue for a Captain Blue Spectrum Patrol car. So a little bit of a twist on a theme. So I'm looking forward to doing them. I'm still umming and ahhing. There's only 5 or 6 days to go before we do the European car, and I'm still umming and ahhing about what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get something up pretty quick to get that moving. That's it. The old 3, as I was saying to the lads in the chat last night in the tavern, the 3D printing's on hold a bit because of the weather. The printers are, I think they're a bit temperamental. Want some warmer room temperature, I think, before the resin reacts better. It's been playing up, so I'm putting that on hold for until we get a bit warmer weather. So it'll be back to doing some die casts. The only problem with doing the die cast is getting them painted. When you've got nowhere inside to paint, if you've got nowhere inside to paint, you've got to go out, and it's got to be a fairly mild day, or your paint's going to be dull and garbage. So, devil in the deep blue sea, really. But we'll sort something out.
There's a way to get round that a bit, PJ. If you're spraying it's a bit dull, with a cold, get it to somewhere hot pretty quick. What I do, I put my gas ring on and hold it above the gas so the heat gets to it quick and it takes it clearer and shinier.
what I did do the last time that we went through the bad weather is I set up like a little rig suspended in front of the gas fire. So, it's getting heat straight from the gas fire to warm it up. But
yeah, anything like that to spray it, and before it sets, get it to the warmth to take the warmth up on it.
I've got an electric oven in here, Mr. Dare's seen that's the cover's still on the 3-pin socket. It's never been used. It's in anger, you know what I mean? So
we'll get it used then.
Well, yeah. I've got no excuses really. It's just bone idleness.
It's no good sat on a shelf. We know.
No, it isn't. Sorry, Mum. Right.
I think we should do we should do an episode of what we call the shelf queens or unused equipment.
Yeah. I've got plenty of that. I could do 3 episodes.
Right.
Right. So number 2 on our list is featured model. JMO's going to do number 3, which is one from the vault, and I've just been to pick one of my vehicles or favourite vehicles. This is more to do with a favourite vehicle. It doesn't have to be something that we've restored, but in this instance, it is one I've restored. And we were talking about parts last night, and this is my Space 1999 Eagle. I'm a Jerry Anderson nut, as most people know, and I wanted to do a studio version, more than the jade green version. I like the white one, so it's got the black. I've put the black windows in. The cabin is an original cabin, so no parts are missing. It is missing a little bit of black paint around the thrusters that I've got to add. And I'd also like to do the one that suspends the barrels, but they're few and far between and cost quite a lot of money nowadays. So another thing that I don't like to see, but it is a thing that generates money for people, is they will take all the parts off these Eagles, and sell them on eBay. So this thruster pack, or whatever you want to call it, engine at the back, they'll sell that for £30. Not a problem. I've seen the cabins that are in the middle, this cabin in the middle, I've seen them going for £85. And people will pay them because they're scarce. You just can't get them. I paid 40 quid for this from a toy fair, and this was in. It wanted a paint job more than it wasn't damaged, but it wanted a paint job more than anything else, and the trumpets were missing off the back. So I've got another one to do as well. So I collect all crap ones until I've got enough to make a good one.
Yeah, PJ. Pete's saying he's never seen a white one before. It was a transport one, weren't it? The all white one.
Yeah, it's this is like the. Good evening, Pete. Welcome along, mate.
It was the freight version, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wanted to do a studio. This stems back from when Martin did a USS Enterprise, and Martin did he did it as it should be. He did a white one, and I thought, I'll have a go at doing a studio version of a Enterprise. So I've done one that's got different tones of grey on it, and I thought the same thing with the Eagle. Lots of people do the green and blues, when they've got them to do. And I thought, I'll do something a little bit more akin to the TV series itself. So the Eagle from Space 1999. Remember it from when I was a kid, 1974-ish, I believe. I used to watch UFO before that, which was my top favourite Jerry Anderson show, with the interceptors and the shadow mobiles. I'll get them down in a future episodes. So that's my featured model. So I'm going to pass over on the menu to number 3, one from the vault. And because we've got JMO here, he's done something fairly recently. So
it's quite a bit in past, so it's in my Volta video.
Righto.
What it were, back in 1990, I worked for local authority as a dog warden, and I was given a big. Well, I had a few different vans. I had a Bedford Rascal, an underactive Sooty van. Ford. I got Ford Escorts, but one of my ones in particular were a beaten up and battered Ford Escort, and I mimicked how it were basically.
Yeah.
Like the Corgi model, I modelled it on. That were beat up and battered, and the bumper were broken anyway. But the Escort I had no front bumper on it, so that weren't an issue. I just cut the rest off and put it as it was. And it didn't have the fuel filler cap. It had one of them green plastic ones. So I modelled that on it. On that side as well, the quarter light were missing. And it had a piece of whitish Lexan put in it by a garage. They didn't buy another quarter light. They just cut some Lexan and put it in. So I've modelled that on it, the white Lexan bit. The rust on it, I made my own decals for the company name. Painted Ford badges on it. Like to the side, rust. You can see there the decals. I made K9 Dog Warden. Like the company were K9, and it has the Dog Warden one there. Also, you can see on the dashboard, I made my own A to Z for it because I always had the local A to Z on my dashboard. So I put that on. The interior were a grey vinyl with black rubber mats. So I've done that. I've painted the interior grey with black rubber mats. Basically all of the detail. Oh, it had no hubcap, so it was just the basic black steel wheels. So I've mimicked them. I've painted them black instead of the chrome. And I've used Vallejo dark rubber for the tyres instead of black. But yeah, that's basically it. My old works fan.
Good stuff, mate.
There is a video of me doing it on my channel. You want
I like
to
the
see
fact
it?
that sometimes you don't want to have a brand new looking vehicle. You want to take it back to something that reminds you of something. So I think that's a cracking idea.
Yeah, I love building derelict vehicles as well. I did it with do you remember what subject were it? It might have been a Beefeaters build when I did my builder's van. Do you remember our thing?
Yeah.
Our thing about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried the Cowboys,
I think
tried the Indians.
Yeah, you did your builder's van and I did the barn find Land Rover, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, that were it, and stuff like that. So it was a good challenge, that one.
Yeah, we went. This is back in, for those that don't know, the three of us were founder members of a group called the Beefeaters that kind of went for a little while, and then it went south, and then we reconvened under another banner.
A new banner.
And
it's evolved into something better, really, hasn't it?
Well, I don't like to say and brag, but you know.
Don't blow your own trumpet.
You got to do, haven't you? Got to do. I don't get a chance to do it very often.
It's a positive thing.
I've got one from the.
Go on, Mark. You got one from the vault?
I've got one from the vault. I have. Yeah, it's a Code 3. I did this a long time ago. I never filmed it because it was an experiment, really, to see if I could do it. Now, if anybody remembers the film, The Hell Drivers.
100%.
Yes,
Stanley Baxter.
Yeah. Stanley Baxter, all the crew. Well, their lorries they used were Dodge lorries. So I thought, oh, you know what? I like the film. I'm going to try and convert one. into one of those. So I picked up a dinky Dodge vehicle, which has got a. It was one of them with the stake sides, you know, the wooden sides on it. So I'll just show you anyway. This is what I did.
Love it.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. I haven't put the numbers on the front. I didn't detail it because it's more of an experiment. And if you see, I've done what I've done here is, if you look underneath, I put double wheels on the back.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's that was the intention, to try and keep them within the mud guards of the back. And it does work up and down. The tailgate does come out. Right, and it needs a new one of those on the top because I keep knocking that off. But what I've done here, I took the sides off, and then I put on plastic card both sides, and did the panels, individual panels.
Right.
There, and there. Okay,
Yeah.
if you can see.
Well, you can't tell this.
Green, you might not be able to see, but yeah, there you go. You see better than there. I put the individual sections on, panel that out, and everything else. Put a flat base in underneath. Painted it the green because it's a bit of a funny colour to people to identify. I've got the black mud guards, and it's like a dark green on there. But the only thing I didn't have at the time was any decals. Hughes, I think it was. I think the company was called Hughes. HEW. Yeah, I think it was Hughes. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's what I did with that one, and it did work. The wheels at the back, what I did was I had the original wheels on, so I've got both sets, and I ground down the inside, so it made them narrower. So the inside of both wheels hubs were narrowed down, so you could, so they would both fit on together, and they're glued together, and they pushed them over the axles, and they fitted on within the mud guards. So they are standard dinky wheels that have been thinned down, so the tires would fit on and everything else. So that was an experiment more than anything else, and it came out all right actually.
Yeah,
so I might do another one.
They were nice looking trucks. They were very, very similar to the Leyland Comet.
Basically, yeah. I think they were at the time the film was made. I think they were left over from the war years, military surplus.
Probably, yeah.
I think.
Well,
I think on the front there's a number 1 or whatever. Patrick McGowan was in the film as well. It's a recommend anybody likes it. Good watch.
Fantastic movie. It's available on.
It was like a new zoo with famous British actors as well.
Yeah. We
good cast list.
Me and Martin were talking about it because I often say to Martin, you know, can you recommend? We've both got admiration for war movies and such so forth. And we'll recommend movies to each other. And Martin mentioned L Drivers, and I hadn't seen it for so long, and it's available in its entirety on YouTube in black and white. So you know you're not going to pick much. I don't. What do you know? What the original color of the truck was, Martin? I know you've done yours green.
No, because there's a fair bit of debate over it. It's not so much. It was green, but. You know what it's like with the Anoraks. Oh, it's that shady green. And nobody knows. It's black and white film, and unless you were there standing in front of the truck, you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? But so basically, it's a darkish green. It would be ex-military green, I would say, because these would have been military vehicles and converted for civilian use.
Companies have slapped their own coat of paint on it anyway when we them.
Well, just after the war, there was in this country anyway. A lot of the old RAF stations were decommissioned as active stations, and they were used for what they call stores and supplies. And all the vehicles, what were left in this country, which were commissioned at the time to the military, cars, trucks, vans, tractors, lorries, everything was all put on these airfields around the country. And all the stuff that came back from abroad, if they decided to bring it back, which is very often they didn't, it was all stacked up in these airfields, and they were sold at auction. They had to be recommissioned. Number plates took off, and all the roundels and all that would have to be taken off. But they were recommissioned and auctioned off. So that's where these trucks would have come from, demilitarized stuff. hence we had a lot of Army Navy surplus stores springing up all over the country after, in the 50s and the 60s and into the 70s.
Wasn't it the Americans
yeah,
that
so,
recommissioned the Dakota? That went on from Army life to public use.
Well, yeah, they did that. The Dakota was used, PJ, for a lot of things after the war. I mean, don't forget, directly after the war, they had the Berlin airlift, which was supplying all the supplies to Germany through a narrow corridor, because the Russians didn't like it that we were flying supplies into Germany, food. So a lot of the pilots after the war had an extra job doing that, which is quite precarious because you had to fly within a narrow corridor, and it was a continuous drop. It's an interesting story to read, actually, the Berlin air drop. But yeah, and there was a airline company in England called Dan Air, D-A-N, Dan Air. They flew Dakotas, civilian life. There was one in Gibraltar. We used to go from Gibraltar to Morocco. I've actually been in that one years and years ago when Dad was posted over there. Yeah, they were used a lot for civilian cargo use.
I'm old enough.
Yeah, they used them right through Korea. In the early years of Vietnam, they used Dakotas for that. They converted one into a gunship.
It's just one that sticks out in my mind, from watching lots of movies. That it's an aircraft that gets around. But I mean, we're distracting from the main topic. We could actually do an episode on World War II, World War diecasts and stuff like that. To be fair,
I'm old enough to remember the Danner days when they had comics. I used to watch comics regular at Manchester.
Yeah.
I'll just pop it back into the chat. I think we've been joined by Mick. If we haven't said hello, good evening to you, mate. Good to see you,
Mick. Mick.
I'll send you a check. Jerry's eye lads. Evening, Jerry. Evening, Jerry. Evening, all. Mick's joined us. Pete, bone idleness, my speciality. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Mick. I've never seen an all-white eagle before, only green and blue. Yeah, they were the commissioned Dinky models. Yeah. I just, as I tend to do on my channel when I do a vehicle, is go be a bit of Fleetwood Mac, go my own way and do something a little bit different. It's I like doing something with a bit of a twist. Those that traditionalists who like to do their own, stick to what the colours should be. There's those who like to do a bit of both, and I guess that covers probably the three of us who like to do a bit of both, really. Dinky never did an all-white eagle, correct, Peter? They mixed and matched one part from one another. Pete, I see. I was just 4 years. Oh my goodness, Pete saying I was just 4 years old when first saw Space 1999. Lord, I was 10. That just makes me feel so much older.
Oh, don't.
Me and Jamie were both 10. I think we're both the same age.
Yeah, both about the same age.
Yeah. I was 6, Peter, in 74. I think it aired in the UK in 74. Well, it was kind of 74 onwards. UFO did Series 1 to Series 2, 72 to 74. And Space 1999 was supposed to be the third episode of UFO, but they couldn't sell it to the American. I'm furious because I so much wanted the third episode, the third season of UFO, but they made it into Space 1999.
I think the last time they showed it on UK TV were the early 2000s. They used to have it on Sunday afternoon.
You can watch it on the ITVX on through a web browser. Peter, I may have been 5 then, Ian. It's such a long time ago. My age, well, yes, we're all aging. Play ups, evening, Russ. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back.
Evening, Russ.
Welcome, play ups. John, L Drivers is one of my favourite films. You can't. It builds. The thing about L Drivers is it builds and builds and builds because you have to follow Stanley Baxter's story. You know what he's trying to achieve. Like So it builds on itself. It's a cracking movie. If you like war movies, watch Sisu. SISU.
Thank you, Play Apps.
We'll have a look at that. Just a recommendation from me. If you've got access to BBC iPlayer, go and watch SAS Rogue Heroes. It's phenomenal. We're now on to series 2, and me and Marty, I think, have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a cracking series to watch. Pete, there are still a surprisingly large amount of DC3 still working for a living, even 80 years later. Absolutely.
Yeah, there
if
is.
it ain't broke,
yeah.
Don't fix
Yeah.
it. JMO,
I think they've got one in the.
Russ saying, JMO, I like your 18 Ford Torino video. There you go. You've been recognised.
It was the Starsky and Hutch 2024 Walk Edition.
Mick saying, hi all. Good evening, Mick. Good to see you, buddy. We did catch up last night. Right. Now, we're going to try and do something. His Nibs is going to try and do something we haven't tried yet. So if this all goes south from a technological point of view, it's not for the one to try in. So cross your fingers. And Mr. Dare is going to do tools, processes, and whatever we decided to call it. Where are we? Sorry. Tools, methods, and practices. All yours, sir.
I'm going to try, chaps. I just need to see if I can get. Where are we?
You got your.
Yeah, I'm just. Hold on. Wait a minute. Right. Camera facing back.
There you spot on, mate. Yeah, that looks good across the screen.
Well, I can't see it, so I ain't got a clue what I'm looking at.
We could see across your desk or work surface with your green map.
Can you see here? Can you see any vehicles?
No, down towards your map, Martin.
Down
towards your map. Turn it towards
the other way. The other way. Keep going. No, the other way, Martin. Keep going toward. Yeah, keep going. No, you're going wrong way.
The other way.
The other way, Martin. Keep going. The green mat is just coming into shot, so keep going. Keep going. Now we could just about see your building that you've done.
Oh, you've gone the other way then. You want to be. How about?
I could see a craft knife and in a pot.
Tell you what.
There you go.
How about if I went?
You broke up a bit there, mate. Unfortunately.
You had it in just then.
Oh,
there
you go. You're close now.
Coming in.
There you go.
There
you go. Yeah, there we go. So I can see a tank.
Right.
Yeah.
A tank?
Is it a tank?
Looks like
a tank.
Yeah. No, the other one on the other side.
That one?
No.
Can you see me soldering iron?
It's not a tank.
It's not a soldering iron.
It's soldering iron.
It's the older for the soldering iron looks like a tank.
Right. Okay, so we've got it round that way. Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Can you still see it?
Yeah, you got your fingers in front of the. Yeah, there you go.
Right, what can you see now on the map?
Looks like an A40 in the distance.
Right, you got two vehicles, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, and you got the soldering iron. Right, I'll move them out of the way. I just want to show this to John. Pay attention, John. Wake up, mate. Right, this. Can you see me soldering iron? I can't see a thing, so you have to tell me.
Yeah,
can you see the soldering iron?
Yeah.
Right. And this one is a 222 40 volt and it's a Weller. Okay, now this is what you want to look for, John. I'm not touching it because it's red hot. You want all that to be heated up. Okay, that is the end cap. When it comes, it has one of those on it as new, but it has a tip in there. You need to remove the tip. Okay, and then what you need to do then is at the end, can you see inside? You need to sharpen the edge. Okay, with a file. Can you still see it all right, chaps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So then you get yourself one of them holders. You'll need that. And then what I've done here, I've got a couple of cars. Right, can you see the rivet in there?
Yeah.
If I put it on the flat on the bench, can you still see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we do then, once it's heated up, get it as hot as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And then put it over the rivet.
Yeah.
And push down like that and just slightly twist it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it should come through. Put it in your holder and then turn it upside down. And there you go. Yeah.
Got a proper Blue Peter, that was, wasn't it, eh?
Right. Okay. And then there's the rivet in there. What you need to do then is, just as it's cooled down slightly, it's just to pick out the old plastic, yeah?
Yeah.
And then what you've got to do then is get a bit of sandpaper. And I've got one here, what I made earlier. And just rub the top. So there's no rough edge on it. Okay?
Yeah.
And once you've got that residue out from underneath there, that'll just pop straight back in. It'll go over the bit of super duper or whatever you want to use. Job done. Okay. Now just to make sure it wasn't a fluke, this is an Opel Capitaine. This is a really old one, manky one. It's got the screen is all split, as you see right across there. So this is going to come apart in two halves when I do it. Get your soldering iron, put it over the top, give it a tweak, just a second or two, and there you go. Job done.
Well done, Mike. Well done.
All right, and then just, while it's a bit warm, you can clean it out. And also what that's done there has now sealed them two cracks there and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So that's how I remove my windscreens. The only thing to be careful of is if you're doing it on something like a Bedford tractor unit, where the cab is there's not a lot of room in there. You need to put a little bit of silver foil just inside the unit glass, just inside, like in there. Yeah. So when you put your soldering iron in like that, the heat from the soldering iron is not going to buckle the glass. Okay, it's a little tip.
Right.
All right. So that's how I let my windscreens out. You can use, if you haven't got a soldering iron, you can use what I used to use previous was a hot tube. Basically, they get a copper tube, bit of plumber's copper tube, the right diameter, about 10 mil, something like that. Wrap one end up so you don't burn yourself, and then you can heat it up with a blowtorch or plumber's torch or whatever. It's best to get it nice and hot, and bang, job done. But these are worth buying. Have a look round for them. I think you'll get them in modern railway places, anything like that. But you want it so the whole thing heats up from the top to the bottom. It's got a collar on like that, which you can interchange nibs on. That's what it's for. But I just file the edge down so it's nice and sharp. You must file the edge down so it gives it like a bit of sharpness. So that's it. That's my thing.
Or if you don't have any of them tools, Martin, you
There
can
you go.
use if you don't have any of them tools, you can use your cooker.
Your cooker?
Yeah, your cooker to heat your pipe up on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. I thought what I really thought. But you were going to cook it.
No. Yeah. Because some people might not have any of them.
Yeah.
You can use the cooker to do it.
Right. Okay.
What I'd also just add to that is not related to what Martin's saying about the removal, but that crap that he got. I'll be tempted to just drop a very thin layer of Tamiya Extra Thin in there, or something like Crystal Clear, because you won't see it because it's inside the roof, and it'll just help give that crack a little bit of grunt.
The trouble with Tamiya Extra Thin is it's very hot. It's a hot glue and it melts plastic. That's how it works.
Melt glue. So
you'd have to be very careful. What I've been using for my things that I got here is I've used this glue. I need to get my picture back. I can't see myself.
Yeah, you spot on, mate. You can see you now.
Yeah, but I can't see you. Is this? Can you see that? No.
We're going to have to mirror it. I think we need to.
Hold on,
there you go. B7000. B7000. Yeah.
We back.
B7000.
Yeah.
And this is
another thing you can use, Martin, that I've started using recently. I've started using black tack to hold the window.
You could, black tack will work,
Yeah.
We'll just nip into the we'll just nip into the chat and say good evening to our comrade in arms who's sick under the bonnet, the diecast outlaw, Mr. Luke Sampson himself. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're feeling a little bit better.
He's diving kick.
Yeah, you ain't going to get any sympathy really, and you're going to get it in the next Friday, obviously. Hey Luke, hi Lukey, hi Russ. Evening, Luke. Hope you're feeling better. He's laying it on a bit thick, and you know what he's like.
Yeah, of course he is. Young mate can't cope.
Tank, soldering iron, they're all very similar. It just looked tank shaped, that soldering iron. Yeah.
To issue soldering iron.
Not too good, mate. Full of it, mate. Yeah. He's not. He's been on the bottle.
He's full of it anyway. What's the difference?
Yeah. You mean an half the flipping country has it, or had it hospital as a chock-a-block with?
Yeah, it's pretty bad actually. Yeah, at the moment there's a lot of it about.
When I was taxi driving down to the hospital, the ambulances were queued nose to tail.
Yeah.
Outside A&E.
I reckon
I were in work. 3 of our patients were sent in with it.
It's
just nuts, man.
It reminds me of an old TV series what used to be on television many years ago. It was called Survivors. Everybody remembers it. Ian Ollie might remember it.
Yeah.
Survivors,
it was brilliant. I loved it.
And it was about an epidemic in Britain. It was the world epidemic, and it started killing people off, but didn't damage the infrastructure, so to speak. And it was very, very good. And I watched it, and I thought to myself, you know what? Even today, it's very true to what would the sort of thing what would normally happen. If you survived it, you survived it, didn't you?
If I remember rightly, it was written by Terry Nation, the guy that.
I don't know, but I know it's a damn good series.
Yeah.
I used to like the Welshman in it, the little Welsh fella, and we're going to kill him.
Just saying, thanks for the demo, Martin. So,
all right, Russ, mate. Oh, you're welcome. We're welcome.
What I'll try and do, because we're going to have to try and do this in turn. Is I'll get out the wet and dry sponges next week, and we'll have a go at polishing a windscreen, probably under Mr. Dare's instruction. But I've got some.
Well, I don't mind doing it. Polishing windscreen can take a long time.
Yeah, well, it's something we can be doing in the background while we're talking, because I can set up a second camera and we can do it that way.
That's the problem with doing this at the minute, is because I have to muck about trying to get the camera in. I couldn't see a thing that I was doing. But normally if I'm doing videos, my normal weekly videos, I just use the phone camera, and it gives me the facility in the corner, just touch the button and it flicks it round and I can see what I'm doing. But this Restream, it doesn't seem to do that. It gives you the camera to turn it round, but you can't see what you're doing.
What you can do, if you use, I mean, I know you're not using a PC, so you haven't got all the facilities, but you saw one of the button that said add camera. You saw where it said add camera.
Yeah.
What that basically means is, as I'm looking now, I'm using a webcam on my PC. You've seen it. You've been up here.
Yeah.
But I can also set up another screen. I can use my iPhone and set it off to one side and add that as a separate camera. But again, you have to pay for a piece of software that's cost me 20 quid.
We'll muddle through. We can muddle through.
We're learning all the time. We're learning all the time.
Yeah, Martin, here's one thing. Do you remember a program in the 90s? It was a comedy one, and it were along the line of survivors, and it always started every week explaining what had happened. And it was started off by Judith Ann on Tomorrow's World, and she had a vial of the virus, and she goes, "This virus could wipe out most of the population of the earth." And she drops it, and as she drops it, she just goes, "Bollocks!"
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really good program.
Yeah.
All the ones that survived were all misfits.
So we'll try and do one of these. I'll have a. I was going to say have a crack, but that's a bad way of putting it. If you're going to polish a windscreen, I'll have a go at doing the windscreen next time round, and then we'll get the boys to do a bit of. We'll probably get Luke, if you're in the chat, probably do a sandblasting demo. Would be good because he's got the gear for doing that. He's got to pay for his lax attitude, Auntie Martin. He's got to pull his finger out.
Well, you know, these kids are like, mate, they go out all day and they're knackered, don't they? You know,
5 minutes, So we were talking item 5 on the menu, trade and exchange. Now I know that Ian and Brian have done a swap. Good on them. That's what we like to see. We don't have to rely on all the rest of us, the admin team. So what we'd like to encourage is a bit of a swap shop going on. So if you've got a vehicle that you would like to swap, post it on the Facebook page. And I have kind of tasked the lads who were in the tavern last night to bring one to the tavern next week. And we'll put some pictures up of what people are prepared to swap out. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, you know, not your best model, for goodness sake, you know, your Batmobiles and your James Bond vehicles.
Yeah, keep that safe, mate.
Because I'm collecting all of them on behalf of Luke. He doesn't know it, but I'm collecting all of them. Well, thanks to my mate Laz, he's sending me a few more spare parts. I've got enough to. I'll be able to have me and Shane Olmyard will be able to go into business. I'm planning to retire on Shane Olmyard restoring Batmobiles for me. Laz, you're back. So, do you want to join the chat again, mate? Come and join the 5 minutes and I'm in. Good lad. We're waffling. We're making up time. We've strung it out.
Time for me to do a Danny LaRue then.
Yes. So trade and exchange. If you've got something you'd like to trade with somebody else, just put it on the DMC YouTube channel. One of the other things that came up, just a bit of admin. If you encourage people to join the DMC Facebook page, which I'm absolutely behind. The more people we can get on board, the merrier. They will have to answer the 3 questions. They're like security questions. And if you don't answer them, you will automatically get denied access. So please, if you're advertising the DMC Facebook page on your own YouTube channels, please encourage your subscribers to answer the 3 questions. It's not rocket science. It's something along the lines of where did you hear about it, that kind of stuff. And it proves that we're not being hacked. So I'm all about the security. We've got off fairly well. We haven't got fairly light because we put procedures in place. So we're protecting ourselves. So there you go. Trade and exchange. just to reiterate, you've got something you want to change, what you want to show, you want to swap for, just send us a picture, and we'll create an hashtag called Swap and Exchange, and you can have a look through it and see if you want to swap with somebody. Now, so the last time we did this number 6, we were struggling. It was something like repair shop, and we couldn't make a head and a tail of what we wanted to do with it, so we scrapped that. And number 6 is now featured YouTube channel. Now, the idea behind this one is that it doesn't have to be a diecast channel, because we all watch YouTube more probably than we watch TV, because there's more decent programs on it, to be fair.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So one of the I'll kick off, and then if Martin, if you can think of one that you've been watching recently, just chip in.
Yeah.
Laz is here as well, so about bloody time, to be fair. Where is he? There he is. Hello, Honey.
Evening, everyone.
Welcome back. Right, you've got an hour spot on your own to cover all the topics we've talked about.
I did just log in quickly to YouTube to see if it's on.
Yeah, we're still here. We've managed. We've coped.
We can carry on without you, mate. We can carry on without you.
Yeah. Well, you just, Laz, you're just a number at the end of the day, unfortunately.
Yeah, just because you've got a boss on the channel,
number
don't mean
4.
to say, you know.
Number 4.
He's number 4. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. While you're here, and when you've just joined us, what you've been up to this week? You can kick off with.
Yes, I did spray a Corgi Toys Land Rover today, and a Mini, and this one, which is a Hillman Imp by Corgi Toys. It's not ready yet. I'm still working on it, but this is a second coat, ruby red.
Nice.
And I'm currently waiting for the windscreen from Mr. Martin, the top restorer, which is not Luke.
Dear.
Oh dear, what's gonna happen in the chat now? So yeah, I'm doing that, and I've got the little Ford Fairlane, which I still need to fix the roof, because it's got a beacon hole, which I will fill in, and I just make it as a civilian car. And what else I have? Yeah, the Mini. I've been cleaning the windscreen today, but I can't save it. It's glue all over. I've been doing that for an hour, and I was actually being cheeky to ask Martin if he has a glass for the Mini.
Is it
Which
super
Mini
glue?
is it? What Mini is it, Laz?
It's a Corgi Toys. I'm not sure if it's a Morris Minor Mini or it's a Mini Morris. I can't remember that.
Yeah,
I can look the base.
Send me what it is in the private message tomorrow, mate, and then I'll have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry, but I can't save the glass.
No.
Have you got the number? The number on the chassis?
Well, it's the 1-36 Corgi Toys. It's the regular Corgi Toys Mini.
Yeah. You know, where is the glue? Where is the glue on the glass? Is it on the front?
Well, it's on the side at the back windows. You know, the passenger windows, both sides, at the back and the front. It's not coming out. It's like inside.
Yeah, considering you're going to it's fogged. It's the fumes of the whatever they've used.
Yeah.
Well, you could try if you're not going to use it. If you're not going to use it again, get yourself a very sharp, like razor blade type of thing.
Yeah, I did scratch it.
You scrape it, not scratch it. Scrape it. Scrape layers of plastic.
Yes.
Well, it's worth a try. But yeah, I did. Send me a message tomorrow and a picture, and I'll have a look. See, I've got one. Yeah, I've got several.
I'll bring the glass. I'll show you the glass. How does it look?
It should be able to, because it's got quite a clear screen. Okay.
Yeah, some of that glue they back in the day where they like glue things in. You know, the fumes. Once you put the lid on it, the fumes will do it. Same as super glue. If
Yeah.
you super glue something and you put it under cover, it'll create fumes and that'll damage your glass. We're getting an echo.
You
No,
know, I
it's
try
a-
to save everything, but look at that.
Yeah, you can see it
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
and that's on the inside, is it?
No, it looks like it's in between actually.
yeah. It's
Oh,
the fumes. The fumes have eaten into it, mate. That's what it is.
It's smooth now. You know, there is a little gap between the front and the back windscreen.
Yeah.
It's smooth now. I have sanded it so far.
Yeah. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
get
just-
it. If you done that.
detail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ain't happening now. You ain't gonna get that.
And this is a Corgi Toys Morris. I think it's Morris Mini Minor, or yeah.
Is that the one
I
that
don't
has
know.
the decals on the boot, or is it just is it cast in details on the boot?
That was the dinky one, Martin.
No, that's the Dinky
Okay.
Martin. This is a Corgi
Okay, yeah,
Toys.
all right, yeah.
That's a Corgi.
Yeah. I thought you went out, mate. Yeah,
Dankeschön.
yeah. Okay. Well, your box is
So,
getting
but
bigger.
I will keep the glass just in case, but it's bad.
Yeah.
You could always use
Yeah.
it for shaded, paint it black and have a shaded.
Yeah. I was thinking to, but it doesn't look too good on a Mini.
A bit naff in it, yeah.
It's not gonna be.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be racing green. It's the green I showed you, the Land Rover. It's like a metallic, but not metallic green. I was thinking actually that it's a military green, but it's not.
Like an olive green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a. Yeah, it's like a very. I don't know. It's not like a like a flat green. It's like a little bit like a metallic.
Okay. So we've caught up with what Laz is doing. Featured YouTube channel. We've covered all the rest of the topics. You've got off pretty light this week, mate, to be fair. So this time around, we're not going to do this. What do we call it? Repair shed or tool shed or whatever it is. That was an epic fail. So we've swapped that topic. And what we're looking at, Laz, is featured YouTube channel. So any YouTube channel that you particularly watch this week, it doesn't have to be diecast. Something a little bit different, something a little bit wayward.
Well, I recently watched Time Team and anything else with Tony Robinson, really. So, I mean, there are some programs like The Birth of Britain, Asian Britain, stuff like that. And I do like when he presents the show, Tony Robinson.
The irony is that we were both watching in the chat.
Yeah,
we were both
the
watching
same.
Time Team.
Oh yeah, the podcast. Yeah, the live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this as well, but there is no Tony Robinson, no Paul Harding. Half of the stuff is missing.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Harding is 74, I think. He's not. Phil Harding. Yeah, he's not digging anymore. He's he can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
His joints and
well, it
legs
was a
and
back
back.
It was a back breaking job when he was doing it.
Well, he's been digging 50 years, I think.
Yeah.
And what else I watched? I watched Twice Diecast this week because I completed that Fiat Matchbox Fiat 131, and I went back to David's channel, Twice Diecast, and I did watch that video when he unboxed the Fiat I sent, and also the video when he done his Fiat. So I watched that one, and I just find out that 2HAD Cat.
Yeah,
he passed away. Yeah, so I watched.
Him.
Yeah, I tried to find out what happened, and what else I did watch. I think Mike Espo's channel. He does diecast as well. He's in the US. So just a couple of Wojtek. There's a guy, a Polish guy in Ireland. He's just started, and he buys cars and he showed them like an unboxing video. I can't remember his channel's name, but his name is Wojtek, or I don't know how they pronounce it. And I think I did watch Andy as well. Andy this week. Andy's diecast garage restoration. Yeah, Andy Bond. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Martin's, obviously. I watched Martin's on Wednesday, which is a regular one I do. I need to catch up with Luke. I need to catch up with Luke's channel. I haven't been watching this week and last week.
It's all right. You know what I mean? It's all right.
Mr. Top Restorer.
I don't want to. Yeah, apparently.
I don't want to fall behind.
Jamo, anything you've been watching in particular?
Yeah, I watched some. I have a wide and ecclesiastical or whatever it's called viewing thing.
Eclectic.
What I watched, there's an American girl. She does like Renaissance fairs and everything. And she likes dressing up. She does mainly pirates outfits. She's into, but she does short videos and they like quick change, and she'll swipe a sword and she's in next piece of clothing.
All right.
Then swipe sword another way, she's in another bit of the clothing. And she'll go up to the full pirate outfit. But she does collaborations with another girl called Ali the Piper.
Yes, I know Ali the Piper. Yeah.
And she does heavy rock. Well,
Yeah.
Megan Caffrey,
Yeah.
she does collaborations with Ali the Piper.
There's Ali the Piper, and there's a girl that plays the violin as well that joins her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does as well.
Yeah.
She's good.
A lot of people
I
doing
like
this
watching the
recently.
restoration channel
Yeah.
called The Fabric. He just gets anything. He'll get a cigarette lighter or a tin toy, or
Yeah.
he'll get a piece of kitchen equipment, and he restores it, but his video quality and the actual finished item quality at top shelf is really good.
No, okay.
It's called The Fabric if anyone wants to watch it.
Fabric. Okay.
But I watch other stuff, car stuff like Vice Grip Garage. I like watching him.
I mean, we could make his own TV schedule between us about some of the stuff that we watch that's better than TV.
Oh, you know, it's far under TV compared to some of these people. They're putting stuff out. It's interesting because it's catered to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've watched the restoration programs on BBC, and the quality of their restorers is pants compared to some of the people on YouTube.
I mean, the cinema, it's amazing. I mean, we go back in the day to when the iPhone, the original iPhones came out. You got a film studio. You got a jukebox, a film studio. The last thing you wanted to do with it was make a phone call because it did everything else. You know, you shot videos.
What I think now, the way technology is going, is that everything's moving online. Anything of interest is going online, and the TV stations are just being used for propaganda and brainwashing you.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a different matter altogether. But
I know, but I think that's the way.
Just to say, just to butt in a bit, I was a YouTube video last night of a guy on his electric motorcycle going around the LA where the fires were in Los Angeles.
Oh,
and his footage of was absolutely fantastic. He'd gone around. Obviously, he couldn't get, anything major, but he was showing you all the streets all the streets. He drove around all the streets where they were all burnt out, devastated. Looked like a bloody bomb site, most of it. And there were still buildings were still burning, cars were all burnt out. Looked like Beirut on a mad day. And the comments he got was the coverage by the mainstream media was concentrated basically on the celebrity areas where the rich live,
Yeah.
But he went round the proper people's houses, and the devastation. To be honest, it was so bad that the mainstream media didn't touch it hardly, and to actually see the devastation was really, really, really totally devastating. People were just standing looking at their properties were all burnt out, and I felt so. I thought, well, you know what I mean? That was proper reporting, and the guy was on his bike, and he was, to me.
You know something, Mark? Who really gives a damn about celebrities? They survived, they're okay, and they have another 4 houses they can go to.
Yeah.
Some of them people have lost everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've got 2 or 3 that I like to watch. I mean, most of the stuff I like to watch is there's a family called the YouTube channel is called Wild Wonderful Off Grid, and it's where this couple and their 3 kids sold everything they got, brought a crapped out RV, brought 60 acres of land in West Virginia. He was he still is. I don't want to say he is. He was. He still is. He was a master electrician. She was a teacher. And they built an A-frame house. And you can watch it from the foundations to the basic A-frame house. They moved the kids out, the family out of the RV into this house. And then they built an extension onto it. And they've now got farmland. Where they've got sheep, cows, and whatever you like. And then what they did was buy another property within the forestry area that had been abandoned, done that up, made that into a, what they call them, Airbnb. So they rented that out. And it's just fascinating how they've built their business. And they've got something like 3 million subscribers, don't get me wrong. And then they went to the local town. They started a cafe with the produce from their farm that they created, and also a soap factory, believe it or not. And they're up raking it in. But it just goes to show that if you've got a bit of imagination and you're driving for something like what you can do. But that being said, they had a coyote that attacked the farm. They lost a couple of sheep. The weather hits them pretty bad. I mean, not compared to what it Florida and what's it, LA at the minute like, but some of the storms that they had were incredible. You had to really
elements. Yeah, the
elements, yeah. And the extension they've built to the house has now got a safe room in it, so that they can bunker down if
like a shelter. Yeah.
Another one I like watching is this Turkish couple, the Atak family, where they go out into the wilds of Turkey, and you think, I don't know, I've got this impression that Turkey was all sun and sunshine. That's not the case at all. There's a lot of snow there.
It's a big country.
And they'll try different vehicles and different tents and go out in extreme conditions. And they even had a tent on a raft on a lake. And this guy, it was a master plumber, because everybody thought he was either some kind of ex-hitman or a soldier or something, because he knew all this stuff about survival, you know what I mean? And it was like Rambo. But this guy was an ex-plumber, and the AITEK family, I think it's called. ATEK. Yeah. This was the one I asked you about, the lorry or the wagon, lads. The Maniac. It had been specially built for them. I found out today. It's a one-off.
Okay. I do like all of these. Yeah. my not dream or plan or something, but it would be nice to have a a small RV and go around Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, that was the idea. We'd have a DMC RV and we'd travel around
Yeah.
the UK and go over to Europe. Like,
Yeah,
if one of us
I do like that space. That you have a little stove, you have a little
Yeah.
fridge, just a little bit sink, 2 chairs, a table, and you stop wherever you want.
I mean, this only means something to JMO, like, but there's a guy that I used to love watching called Matt Hayes. He was a fisherman, and they did the 24-hour rod race where they went around the UK and they had to catch every species of British freshwater fish. And him and his mate have both got a bog standard camper van, not like the size of a transit van, that kind of size. And it was brilliant to watch. And they stacked it out with all the fishing gear. And I used to look. It was so simple of an idea, and again, it's attracted loads of views. And they're doing a 3rd series now, JMO, by the way.
That one I caught up with last night, a new channel I've found, and it's pretty good. It's a guy called Trucker Liam. And he tells you all about it, and he'll film from inside his cab. But he shows you his drop-offs, and he does all sorts. He goes through all sorts of trucking life, but his cab is like a luxury caravan.
Yeah.
He's got everything in.
Yeah.
And he says, right, I'm going to do TV, tonight's dinner. He puts his telly on, big colour telly. He slaps on. He cuts all this food up, like chicken, everything, slaps his inverter on, puts his oven on in cab. He said, I do a lot of cooking in here. But he goes all out. He does proper raw chicken, potatoes. He'll put parsley in, all seasoning and everything.
Yeah.
And he shows you doing cooking and he does everything about life a trucker on road.
Some of these guys that give up the houses, like, and invest in small mobile vehicles. Small mobile homes. Are the tricks, how they make use of space and stuff like that is brilliant.
Oh God, yeah.
But some of the mobile homes are better than most folks' houses. They're incredible, like, especially the RVs.
He were actually saying, he says, I'm going to have to, because he practically lives in his truck.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to have to get my car down here and Mrs.'s car down here. And it'll take me a day to empty my cab out.
Right, so let's just nip into the chat in case I've missed anything. Good evening, lads, from Kev. I watch Mick saying I watch more YouTube than TV.
Yeah,
same here. I watch more. Kev saying I watch more YouTube too, usually a film of some sort or any TV series from the past.
I totally got rid of my TV, PJ.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember
my license because the BBC and others, they got rid of all the programs I were interested in.
Yeah.
They no longer do any good sitcoms. They no longer show sports properly like F1 or.
There's no sport.
Like years ago, you put World of Sport on a grandstand, and you get a variety of sports.
Yeah.
Like Speedway. You never see Speedway on TV anymore. You'll get it on YouTube or whatever. But you have to look for alternative sports. If it's not football, darts, etc.
It's all gone down to pay-per-view, isn't it now? Sport.
Yeah.
They've never had the money to outbid with Sky Sports. That's been the problem.
Yeah, the thing is also that I think with mainstream television, you're actually being, in a way, forced to watch what they put on. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but
if you, I mean, my missus went through the channels tonight. She said, you know what? There's sod all on a Saturday night.
A thousand channels and there's nothing to watch.
If you look, if you want to look at, you know, certain things, but like you say, with the YouTube, I very often sit and I can spend, well, I get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, let the dogs out, feed them and stuff like this, and I sit at the table here where I am now, and I do my modelling, with stuff I don't do in shed, which is not diecast related. And I'll sit in, I have the YouTube on the side, and I watch an old black and white film. I just search for whatever I fancy searching for, and invariably it comes up. And I watch some really strange stuff, odd stuff, but interesting. I mean, you're on about what I've watched recently is a guy called Mr. Hughes. It's H-E-W, Mr. Hughes. And what he does, he restores him and his friend on a farm in England, and they restore military vehicles, mostly tanks, full-size tanks. And they do it really well, and they're good at what they do. They're a couple of lads, basically, youngish lads. There's no airs and graces, you know. They get stuck in, they get all mucky and dirty, and they get these tanks. They drag them out from wherever. They could be gate guards, all sorts of stuff. And I don't know if you remember.
I watched the channel.
Anybody years ago? I remember years ago there was a rumor going around that there was a tank found with millions of dollars worth, $2 million worth of gold bullion in it. Yeah. And apparently, if you watch one of his episodes, it will tell you what really happened to what's the real story behind the gold in the tank. And it was a fake story, basically. And yeah, how it all started. I won't say you watch the video. It's interesting. It's funny, but they do a lot of restoration of these big tanks, mostly chieftains, APC armored vehicles, and they're good at what they do, and they invariably get them started and stuff like this. It's an interesting watch. You know, 50 minutes, 3/4.
It's
great.
basically
Glued up on
Well
it,
worth a watch.
Martin. I watch them, and they even have the dog comes over watching over what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a good channel.
Yeah, and the other one I watch is a guy called Tasty Classics. If anybody else watches, it's called Tasty Classics. He's the guy who just buys classic cars, barn finds, and gets them started. He's not anything fancy. Again, he's just a running-of-mill guy. He's got a workshop, and he gets his old cars. And he just found a Peugeot 1600 GTI, which somebody had turned into a rally vehicle. And he went in the barn, and he went 250 miles to get it, and what have you. And he's good. He solves a problem. It's worth a look. Tasty Classics.
it's just a limitless resource into YouTube for anything and everything.
Oh yeah. There is some rubbish out there.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Some
I mean, I
numpties.
like watching it.
There's some numpties out there. You know, a lot of clickbait. A lot of clickbait.
Anything to do with
Tasty Classics, Martin. It's not them that's just done that red Cortina 2-door, is it?
No, he's got he's ginger-haired lad with a beard.
Yeah, I think it is.
Big lad.
He's just done it.
Oh, it might be him then. Yeah, it might be him.
It's a red Cortina Mark 5 2-door.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll have to look for his back catalogue, but yeah. Recently, his last videos were the Peugeot and an XJS that he bought, a V12.
Right.
That was a nightmare getting that thing started.
All right, we'll just jump back into the chat just to say keep up with stuff we've missed.
We'll be like, I think everybody's bored not to. I think we're all bored not to sleep by now.
Well, the show Texas where the show Texas. Number 2, every disappointed trader sounds a bit like a female Mr. Ben with quick outfit changes. JMO, you watch all those transparent cleaning videos, you dirty dog.
Hey.
Steady now.
Well, Megan, she's That girl's very easy on her. Long,
Steady now.
long red curly hair, and she's
Yes, right. Yeah. Moving on.
But not
Alright,
only that, PJ. She is joking aside on that front. She's really talented at what she does.
Pete saying, "Well said, JMO. John, you can come to the promised land, Essex, in the RV. if we win the lottery tonight, mate, that's the first task will be get us a DMC RV of some sort." Brian's joined us in search of the lost diecast. Brian, good evening, mate. Hope you're feeling as best as you can. We hope you want to wish you a speedy recovery. Good to see you, mate. Kev saying TV these days really has gone downhill, hence why I watch YouTube a lot now. Absolutely. Luke saying hi, Brian. Ian saying good evening, Brian. Glad to see you, my friend. Luke, did the golf arrive? So Brian sent something up to Luke. Not yet, pal. Pete saying Mr. Hughes is an excellent channel. There you go. Just reinforcing that.
Yeah.
Okay, probably Monday now from Brian's sound, mate. Blah blah blah. Trouble these days is almost too much good content on YouTube. Like others, I haven't watched ordinary TV in over 7 years now. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you think Time Team went completely on YouTube.
Hey,
Yeah.
Luke.
And it's been sponsored by
Patreons, yeah. OnlyFans, yeah. I think they have 13,000 members. They want to reach 15,000 this year.
Yeah.
Just a shout out to Luke. I've got me mankini ready.
Oh my life. We'll skip that picture.
Luke knows what I'm on about.
Brian saying I watched Tasty Classics, he's just finished the Triumph Spitfire. Luke saying I'm waiting for JMO to set a channel up on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was me mankini.
Please no, please
that
no.
won't be a pretty
No.
Don't invite me to that.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Next topic, please.
Moving on.
Right, so menu item number 7, purchase of the week, boys. Anybody purchased anything this week of any note?
Yeah. I bought two items. I bought Corgi with wheels or GT70. That's quite a nice one. And the Dinky Toys Baronet fire engine, metallic red with a white back to it.
Nice.
Yeah, the twin tires on the back. I think I pronounced it like Baronet, French anyway.
What we need, Martin.
So I bought that one.
What we need is a European gentleman to pronounce that for us. I can't think of anyone you can think of off the top of your head. Oh, there he is now.
No, I don't know.
PJ, I've just said it. It's Burley.
Is it a Majorette?
There.
Burley, yes, yeah. I've already got one, but it's got the ladders and that, but it had been obviously near a fire or a heater, and it's melted all the because the chassis is plastic underneath, and it's melted all the back end of it. So I've got this one for the chassis.
Pete saying, "Got to dash. Have a great weekend, gents.
Yeah,
Take it easy, buddy. Have a good one, mate."
Yeah, see you later.
Mankini, I've suddenly lost the will to live. Loads of love.
Yeah, you're the only one. You're the only one.
Laz, you bought anything this week? Anything?
I did buy one. A couple of weeks ago, I did buy a Hot Wheels Volkswagen Beetle with Bumblebee, the logo, the Transformers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was like an Aztec gold or antique gold color, and this week I find one same car, yellow. So I bought that one as well.
Okay. JMO, where's he gone? What are you doing?
I'm still here.
It was about to be
something.
unpredictable.
I've
Got
bought
something.
stuff, but not to hand. I've got a. It needs restoring, but it's complete and in decent order.
Right.
I've got the. Oh, shine on. I can't even think what it is now.
So you brought something that wants restoring.
I bought a corgi and it's in good nick, but
That'll do for
it'll
us.
still need restoring. I can't think of the model now. Well, we're trying to find it so I could show it.
Perhaps we're all of an age where we shouldn't be doing YouTube anymore because mine's is going
Yeah.
like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it a
You know,
car,
if it,
Jamo?
I can arrange my own surprise birthday parties nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Right. Have I purchased? I haven't purchased anything this week. Although we had a. I'll give a shout out to. Bear with me. John Atwell. John, thank you once again, John, for sending up the CD or DVD of the Dinky Encyclopedia that you sent. It's something that we can run on a PC, and it is basically the Encyclopedia of Dinky. There's nothing that we can't look up. So we are becoming between most of us. We've got literature and DVDs of information. So if you're stuck on anything, tire sizes, that kind of thing, give a shout out. You save it till next Friday. The next time we're live on YouTube, or post something in the Facebook chat if you need some information. I know Martin's got a bunch of books and literature, same as I have. We've also got some, like I say, these this encyclopedia that has been kindly sent to us by John. So yeah, information, and we've got the Mad Professor at the top. I don't know what he's digging for. He's ferreting about. Is a minefield of information.
Maybe he forgot his hair.
When he can concentrate, you know, he's got the concentration of a guppy. He's back. There he is. There we yeah.
Were them words describing me?
No, I wasn't saying. No, you see.
No, never, mate. No, never.
As if. Right.
Well, I never.
So purchase of the week. Now, what I will do is we'll do a quick review of the Facebook page, our DMC Facebook page. So bear with me while I set this up. There we go. It's on dark. I don't want to end up on a page that I shouldn't be on. So let's share a screen. Facebook share. And hopefully this is our DMC community page. And let's have a look what we've got. This, but you know, I can't. You got to say there's some cracking restorations done.
Colin Turner.
Colin saying, I just had this arrive from eBay, not my usual era, but I thought it was particularly attractive and unusual for me at least. I'm really pleased with it. It could start my collecting off in an additional direction. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is really nice. Some bloke called Luke Sampson's been doing some wheels. Scaled to 1/64th RS4 spoke. I've detailed them. I think they still look good considering they were 1/18th. Well, they're all right, aren't they? They're all right.
Will do.
They'll do. You'll do. Michael posted a video of a man pushing a car. Look at that diorama. That's fantastic. Sorry if you're watching this live. It's no explanation needed. Right. Andy Moore. My 2025 pre-European build, a 1978 Ford Escort RS2000. So this is towards the any European car build. So thanks for doing that, Adam.
Ian.
Mystery and Ully is a couple of rare items collectors may not have seen or know about. 2 standard issues models from Matchbox Beach Hopper Roller Matic and Airy Hustler. Okay, I have to put my teeth in. Hustler from about 72 to 73, and Leslie pencil rubbers stamped in the rubber Matchbox Leslie Product Core Limited England. How they've survived, I don't know. Hope you enjoy them. So there you go. These are razors. These the red ones are
Roberts.
He has got
Yeah.
Ian has got the most phenomenal collection of stuff.
Brian.
Hey guys, I haven't been around for a box of frogs. So Ian's been, Brian's been unwell. We've got quite a few that have been struggling. He's just saying that Ian himself and Ian have done a swap, which is great news. So if you've got anything to swap, by all means post it up. John got these through the post, got these through this morning. Some nice little dinky vehicles. Look at them in excellent condition as well.
I think they look new, but I think they are.
They do, yeah.
Or are they? Maybe they are the Atlas version.
I don't know. Mick, Dinky Toys Standard Atlas that is restored. Well done, Mick. Johan, Belgian Diecast Restoration.
Oh, nice. I need to watch
look at
this. Ooh.
Cracking job,
Johan.
Johan.
That's going to be a European. Oh, yeah, nice. Dinky Toys, Simca Sport.
I need to acknowledge that so that we don't miss it.
Beautiful. I like this as well.
Look at this, Fraser Martin. Don't be conned. No, it's not a con. Martin Fraser couldn't get his name the right way around. Facebook played it up. His name is Fraser Martin, not Martin Fraser. So he's done this. Although the HA Bedford van was supposed to be finished in the same colours, it was not to be. But a rake around the display cabinets released this Lansdowne Austin Gypsy in almost the same colour as I'd painted the Corgi 102 horse box. Look at that.
Nice.
That's a beautiful job. Well done, Fraser.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got some very talented people in our as members. None less so than Phil Yozarian. Any European vehicle is the French Dinky Maserati. Came in a job lot. Look at what it was and look at what he's done with it.
Beautiful.
Cracking job.
Isn't it?
Cracking job. Ian just acknowledging the trade with Brian. Well done, boys. Gary Kemp, another one that
nice.
just comes on, posts pictures. He's always Gary very, very often takes part in the challenges.
That one's a nice model, that Matchbox.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does some nice convertibles. He does some nice convertibles, Gary.
Yeah, cracking job. Ian saying, "Good afternoon, everyone. Today I have 3 of my previously restored Leslie Matchbox models for you." As they so, what Ian does is he's kind enough to post up some of his restorations from days gone by. To show people what he's done. He doesn't do restorations now, so this is his past collection. And look at that,
nice one,
cracking work there. Well done, Ian.
The Matchbox SD.
Andy has done he's restored a. Go on, Laz. How are you going to say that then?
Polizei.
Okay.
German.
Yeah, Polizei, yeah.
He restored a Polizei vehicle.
Not Polizei, Polizei.
Yeah, whatever. We'll only end up on another argument.
German.
Look at this. This is
the Pink Panther.
An absolute belter.
Was this Peter Sellers' car?
Well, it's from the cartoon series.
Yeah.
The Rinky Dink Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a dinky version of that to restore. I just need to get the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Well, he told us they are.
Did Luke done this paint job? Looks like it.
Oh, don't make his head any bigger. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in the screen anymore.
Because that looks like in the background, there's some Barris vehicles.
Yeah.
That looks like the coach from.
Yeah, nice. Very
Hamilton.
nice.
Very nice, that.
Very nice. What we got here? Ian's got.
Ian.
Ian's done a contribution to the European vehicle build. So well done. Thanks, Ian. Adam Moore, my 2025 post-European. This is after. I think it's two separate posts.
Nice.
Jerry, he's done. Bless him.
Oh,
We tried to go over him last night. Missed out. January challenge: European cars, Audi R8 Coupe. I
Very
think it's a
nice.
quick build. So this is one of the Airfix quick builds that I've done some past versions of. You can get these from Lidl's, about £9 a pop.
Very nice.
Our good friend Shane Olmyard, look at that, another belting model.
It looks like a Fiat. I think it's not.
This Mercury.
It's a Mercury Italy. So, yeah, Fiat
Yeah.
125. Yeah,
Fiat
I was right.
125.
It looks like a Fiat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercury made in Italy.
These so I've taken a snapshot of this, and we will be putting people's names to the Antil mob at some point in the future.
Yeah. Just go easy on the naming of them, mate. Pick me a good one.
We've got James on the bottom row, second one in. You know what I mean? Smooth.
Can I be one of the cool ones? Oh,
You can be one of the
look at
cool ones
check
if you
here.
want, mate. Yeah.
This is like a Corgi model, isn't it?
Yeah, nice.
I think that was Matchbox. I might be wrong.
Oh,
Matchbox,
yeah,
it's
Super
a
Kings.
Super
Yeah,
King,
be
yeah.
a Matchbox Super Kings. Actually, have kept that.
Oh, I like
Close
this
your eyes,
one.
Here's a nice idea for
Yeah.
a code 3 for someone here. So Papa and Rich does a lot of builds.
Yeah, they do one. The Corgi do one with the back like that, but it needs to be, if you're going to do it, it needs to be a bit wider.
This I found
look at that.
fantastic. This is
Yeah,
a
look
great
at that.
video. This is from John.
These are the little cars.
Look at all the three wheelers in this collection.
In
Ooh.
PJ in around about 1994, I went down a place called Gweek in Cornwall. He were a dealer,
Yeah.
and he had racking like that full of Isetta bubble cars.
Look at the
Everywhere.
Bugatti.
It's
So I'm
amazing.
wondering if it's the same guy.
What a collection. What a
Oh, look
collection.
the Henkels.
Yeah.
They look exactly like the model.
Just got through this probably been wanting this one for a long time. Finally got it. 1949 Ford Florida police car by White Rose. That's gorgeous as well, isn't it?
It is nice, that.
There you go then. So there is our selection of thanks to everybody who contributes to our Facebook page. It's really taken off, and it's a great way for people to share the work that they've been doing. There's no prizes involved. It's a little bit of pride, and we like to acknowledge the work that has been done. And this format for doing this YouTube channel has given us another way of saying thank you for the contributions. So well done, folks. Well done for taking part. Some cracking models. 14 minutes left. So what have we got left on the agenda? I think the last one was pretty much. Let's have a look. Please, open all hours. So, but AOB really, any other business. So let's just catch up on the chat. If anybody's got anything to add, we can shout it out. But of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. Nick saying, yeah, me too. Kev saying, just a quick question. With this year's challenges, have we got anything for May? Now, Russ asked this. We didn't fill it in. You know, when we did an open challenge for people to decide what we was going to do, and
BJ, before you start, I need to take the dog, so I'll log off. I'll come back if I make it. I'll log back in. If not,
all right, not a problem, mate. Not a
thank
problem.
you, everyone. Yeah, I need to
right.
go with the dog.
We'll
Yeah,
catch you soon, son.
yeah.
Catch
Bye.
you later,
Bye. Bye.
love.
Sonny, we're going to take Sonny for a walk. Just a quick question. With this year's challenges, have we got anything for May? I think that pretty much means that we've lost Martin. Is he back?
He'll probably be back in a minute. There you are.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm getting lost connection. I'm getting a lost connection coming up.
All right, mate. You're back.
It might have been with Laz going
Connection's
because
lost, reconnecting. That's what I'm getting.
you went at the exact same
Yeah.
time as Laz went out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here, Martin. We can see you, mate. You're all right.
Must be toast time.
It's getting close. We've only got 15 minutes. Just a quick question. With this year's challenges, have we got anything for May? I need to double check, Kev, in answer to your question. Russ asked me about this as well, so we'll get that cleared up ASAP. Brian said, I worked on three of those mini cars in my youth. And he's also asking, how was Stafford? Oh, good, man.
It was all
Stafford
right.
was...
Busy.
It was busy. Yeah.
I
I was a
missed
little
it.
bit disappointed that they crammed too much into 2 rooms. I mean, they've got massive rooms with the stores in, and they could have extended it into the 3rd room, so there was more walk space between the aisles. Prices were, I don't know, Mark, did you feel like the prices had gone up? Same old?
Yeah, they got up slightly on certain items. I think some of the Dinky originals and the Corgi originals were, I would say, overpriced compared to the likes of eBay and what have you. But that's the way it is, you know. If you're prepared to pay for it, you're prepared to pay for it. You know,
It fluctuates from year to year.
Yeah,
and
it
of
does.
course,
It goes up and down. It's
yeah. Mr. Dare had to do the Walk of Fame. He got caught up with one of his subscribers, who's now talked him into doing a lot. What was he asking? A demonstration of
on the windscreen. He wanted the windscreen demo.
Well, we'll probably crack that between us anyway. But
Yeah, it won't be to polish the window up, clean the window up.
Martin spent about half an hour with this guy, telling him all kinds of stuff. He wouldn't let him go like this. I think his name was Tom. Really nice
Tom
chap.
Higgins. Tom Higgins, nice guy.
Yeah, that was nice. There was quite a range of stuff. I wanted a Shadow Mobile, a 3rd Shadow Mobile 2 to make up my fleet, but it was a little bit too. They were a little bit too pricey. There was an Interceptor there for 26 quid that I nearly picked up, but my legs were playing up so wild by the time we went.
I noticed. I did notice on eBay the other day, PJ, that there was a guy selling Shadow Mobiles, Captain Scarlet stuff on there, 50 quid a pop, but they're all different colours: reds, blues, greens. Yeah.
That sounds like the guy that we see at Stafford now and again.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
50 quid each. 50 quid each.
Yeah.
Across the board. Well, if we've got any in the business, if we're doing any in the business, I can just quickly show you this.
Yeah,
What I've been
yeah.
working on. Some people might like it, and some people might not. I'm nearly finished it now, so I'll just show you if anybody want to see.
It's cool, isn't it? That
It's brilliant. Brilliant.
the museum.
Got a dinosaur. Yeah, Yeah, it's a museum thing.
What's
Yeah.
the skeleton? Is that
I've just got. I'm working on the.
is the skeleton like a little plastic kit?
It's a T-Rex. Yeah, you have to build it all. Yeah, and this is all a lighting wire what goes in the back
Oh,
of it.
right.
Whatever we do. Yeah, and that's that's two sides. And I'm now working on working on the other side, which is this side.
Look at the books.
You can
Have you had
see.
to put them book? Are all them books individual books you've had to put in?
Most of them, yeah. You get some which come in a line, but most of the books, you I can show you in the hand. Most of the books you have to
Look at that.
make them up. Now you're about printing, right? Now this is you look at this, the size this is, yeah, and look at the printing on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I mean, that is you could read that. That's the Valley of Lost Secrets, and it's even got some of them got a barcode on the back
Good Lord.
printed on. It's incredible, mate. I tell you. The detail. Yeah, Beatrix Potter. Look at that. The detail on that.
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a barcode on the back. Look. Yeah.
Wow.
You make them all
Well
up.
done, yeah. Them
Yeah,
models.
it gives me something to do. I enjoy it. Give me
Well, it's
something
something a
to do.
little bit different from your die cast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Well, what it does, for me personally, because I like to be active and I keep my old grey matter going, and like we say, there's rubbish TV, and in winter months it's cold and you don't want to be going out much. I like to sit here and do something different. Otherwise, you stagnate on one thing. So I like to vary what I like to do, and I do these in the morning for a little while, a few hours in the morning, maybe an hour in the evening, depending. But yeah, it just keeps the old grey matter flowing.
Our staff at Russ saying, take care, Lars. Brian saying some of the eBay prices have gone mental. They have been for the last 2 or 3 years, mate, to be fair. Ian,
Yeah.
I'm only glad most of my collection was brought years ago when people weren't so flipping greedy, and every charity shop thinks old toys are worth a fortune. Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, most charity shops now put their stuff on eBay.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Brian saying I haven't brought any since before Christmas except a Airfix job lot. So there you go. We're about 8 minutes short, but I think we can call that. We've covered all those bases. We're open. My thoughts, prayers, and best wishes go out to all those that are suffering. I know that Ian, his mum, and Brian are suffering with illness. Hope you guys recover rapidly and you're back to full health. Bless you. My thanks to Laz, although he's not here. My thanks to Luke as well. JMO for stepping up to the plate. Bless him. It won't be the last time we see him, no doubt.
No.
It's nice.
Might as well I'm bad on Facebook.
It's nice that we can pull the taverners in now and again, and I can rely on some of the old crew to help us out, and of course to my good friend Mr. Martin Dare. So we'll be back in a fortnight. You can catch us. You can join us in the tavern if you want to join us in the tavern on Facebook on a Friday night. We don't bite. It can be a bit brutal, but we don't bite. It is Fight Club for the diecast connoisseur.
Hey, what I told you?
We don't talk about it.
it.
We don't talk about it. How can you advertise it if you can't talk about it? Can't win, really, can you? All right. So, Russ said, thanks all. Have a great week. Folks, have a great week. And
have a good week, people.
This is
good weekend and good week.
On behalf of JMO, Martin, this is PJ signing off, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care.